I used to have nothing. This family. But nothing lasts forever.
Marvel has finally released a first trailer for Black Widow. The Infinity Saga is over and Marvel is preparing to launch Phase 4 of the MCU. First, they are going back in order to go forward, releasing a Black Widow movie that's set in between the events of Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War. Fans have been clamoring for a dedicated Black Widow movie ever since Scarlett Johansson made her debut, MCU debut to be precise, in 2010 Iron Man 2 as Natasha Romanoff. But the timing of this film seems more than a little strange, given Black Widow was one of the Avengers who died in Avengers Endgame, sacrificing herself in order to get the Soul Stone to the Avengers. Marvel has teased that Black Widow will explain just why Natasha Romanoff had to die. So without wasting any minute, let's see what are the breakdowns and first impression about this trailer so far. Hi, myself James Shakabush, and you are watching DeadlaughMoron. Let's get started.
A first breakdown. A grand welcome to Budapest. Budapest is generally seen as one of the most important locations in Black Widow's MCU lore. In the Avengers, Black Widow and Hawkeye shared some banter about how fighting the Chitauri army reminded them of Budapest. In Avengers Endgame, again, the two shared a mission to the planet Vormir, and again Hawkeye quipped about they were a long way from Budapest. That comment seems to imply Budapest was perhaps the place where both of them first crossed their paths, or else they worked together for the first time. So it's possible there will be a flashback that explains the Budapest references. Meanwhile, Black Widow will also introduce Florence Pugh as another Black Widow, and Marvel could easily be attempting to establish her as a mirror image of Natasha Romanoff, another Black Widow who can be redeemed at Budapest and who can give Natasha a legacy.
Second breakdown. Black Widow's getting on Marvel Studios logo. The last couple of years have seen Marvel Studios become increasingly creative in their rendering of the company logo. It all began with a 10-year anniversary logo that celebrated the success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and continued with a dust effect in Avengers Endgame to represent the aftermath of the snap. This time round, the Black Widow trailer shows an interesting dark red logo that is situated inside a Black Widow hourglass shape. It's quite effective and matches with the color scheme at the end of the trailer as well.
Our third breakdown, William Hertz Thunderbolt Ross is back. The Black Widow trailer confirms that William Hurt is back as General Thunderbolt Ross, but in a surprising role. He is clearly de-aged in this shot, which means he may have figured earlier in Black Widow's life and crops up in a flashback. Ironically, Ross will probably be leading the hunt for Natasha Romanoff in the present day, as he is the one in charge of enforcing the Sokovia Accords. Our fourth breakdown, introducing Ilana Biloba. The Black Widow trailer introduced Florence Pugh as Ilana Biloba. Ilana was created by Devin Grayson and J.G. Jones back in 1999 and actually made her debut in an Inhuman comic, where she was a mysterious figure orchestrating an attack upon the Inhuman city of Atelier. It didn't take long for Marvel to confirm that Ilana was Natasha's successor in the Red Room program, and the two have clashed many times. With Natasha's attempting to redeem the new Black Widow, it's never been clear which of the two women is the better agent. Apparently, Ilana's Red Room test scores were even higher than Natasha's, but Natasha's has a lot more experience to draw upon.
Our fifth breakdown, Black Widow's new costume. To be precise, Natasha Romanoff spotted in a new costume, which was previously seen in a concept art distributed at Disney's D23 Expo. It's bulkier than Natasha Romanoff's traditional look and feels more like combat armor of some kind. The straps could have been attached to some kind of parachute, as we can see, given there appears to be a plane crash of some kind in the background. Aspects of the Black Widow movie appear to be lifted from Paul Cornell Black Widow Deadly Origin miniseries, which has traditionally served as the inspiration for Black Widow's MCU backstory. If that's the case, this may not be an ordinary plane crash. The miniseries opened with Natasha's successfully capturing a stolen experimental aircraft. So, anyway, after the release we will see what happens next. Coming to the sixth breakdown of this video, the Black Widows consider one another a family. The brief scrap comes to an end, and Natasha walks away with a sarcastic comment. "It's good to see you two, sis." It's the first indication in this trailer that all the women trained by the Red Room consider one another as part of a family, looking out for one another, and that certainly recast Natasha's defection to S.H.I.E.L.D. years ago. No doubt she gave S.H.I.E.L.D. a lot of valuable intel on the Red Room, meaning their bases, contacts, safe houses, and standard operating procedures were all compromised. But the familial bond suggests the Black Widows would have also viewed this as a very personal betrayal, and Natasha may well have made a lot of enemies inside the program. Coming to the seventh breakdown of this video, a possible glimpse of the Red Room's operation center. One of the most intriguing shots in the entire Black Widow trailer, which shows, or what it appears to be, an operation room running clandestine activity across the globe. This is presumably the Red Room itself, and if so, then the monitors indicate just how many Black Widows there are. To be precise, 16 screens are active, potentially indicating up to 16 different missions are in progress at any one time. It's worth noting that this could potentially be a flashback scene, given Natasha Romanoff's defection to S.H.I.E.L.D. would no doubt force the Red Room to scale down its activities. Continuing on that part, the Black Widow trailer now moves to what appears to be some sort of military camp in a mountainous area or remote environment. The voiceover we heard in the trailer, we have to go back to where it all started, which strongly implies that this is the Red Room, the training facility where girls are transformed into Black Widow operatives. It's easy to miss at this stage, but in the background there is an avalanche sweeping down a mountain slope, and it's very difficult to say right now whether this was caused by an accident or instead is a pretty dramatic distraction to cover Natasha's Romanoff infiltration of the Red Room. Coming to the 8th breakdown, which is pretty interesting and I'm excited about this. The Taskmaster. The Black Widow trailers gives viewers their first glimpse of the Taskmaster. In the comics, Taskmaster is an assassin for hire who possesses the ability to mimic anything he sees. As a result, he is absorbed the fighting styles of countless key Marvel heroes, ranging from Hawkeye to Shang-Chi, from Captain America to Daredevil. The Marvel Cinematic Universe's Taskmaster is a mystery right now, and people who are familiar with the comics will be more than a little bemused by the mask worn in Black Widow, which is very different to the comic book version. If Taskmaster possesses the same power of mimicry, then the fact he is using a bow and arrow may indicate he is encountered or he has encountered Hawkeye in the past. Our 9th breakdown, which is Red Guardian. Viewers are finally given their first glimpse of the Red Guardian, who is essentially the Russian Captain America in the comics. Alexei was a Russian astronaut and hero who agreed to become Russia's answers to the Avengers. The Marvel Cinematic Universe's Red Guardian is played by David Harbour. The Black Widow trailer teases that he was imprisoned for an unknown reason and has been out of action for quite some time. It's interesting to speculate whether or not this Red Guardian could be a super soldier. While the Americans had no success recreating Abraham and Erskine super soldier serum, the USSR would likely have pursued it as well during the Cold War. and they may have actually created another super soldier. On continuation to that, is Red Guardian actually part of Black Widow's family? Well, Red Guardian makes a quip about family being back together again, much to the frustration of Rachel Weisz's Melina. It's important to note that this may be more than just a joke. As shown in Black Widow's deadly origin in the comics, Natasha Romanoff married Alexei, means this Red Guardian. In a last-ditch attempt to escape her life of spycraft, Alexei faked his own death in order to begin training as Red Guardian, and Natasha surrendered to a fate that now seemed inevitable. It will be fascinating to see just what relationship Red Guardian has with Black Widow in the MCU. So whatever Red Guardian role may be in the Black Widow, the trailer shows that he is a lot more than just comic relief and still packs a punch. Let's talk about Rachel Weisz's mysterious Melina, which is our last and final breakdown, number 10. The Black Widow trailer includes a first shot of Rachel Weisz's mysterious character Melina. In the comics, Melina Vostokov became the clandestine super spy Iron Maiden and developed a bitter hatred of Natasha Romanoff because she was tired of living in her shadow. In the MCU, Rachel Weisz has confirmed that Melina is another Black Widow who has gone through Red Room training some like 5 times. This certainly implies that the Black Widow movie isn't just a swan song for Natasha Romanoff. It's about the entire spy assassin program. The dialogue includes another fat-shaming joke, which may well be a bad move on Marvel's part, given the fat-shaming in Avengers Endgame was met with mixed reception. That's all for now. Let's hope the second trailer gives much more spoilers eventually, which we will dig out and shall summarize it for you. Till then, stay tuned, stay happy. If you like this work we are doing, then kindly share this video amongst your circle and hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell icon and set it to all. And wishing you all Merry Christmas.